Hi, welcome back to the Confident Retirement Journey. I'm Craig Sullivan, founder and CEO of Sullivan Financial Partners. Today we're going to look at a follow-up video to a previous video we did on how to address a couple retiring at different times. We were asked, well, Craig, what if we want to retire at the same time? That's what we're going to look at today. Remember that Newlywed Game? This was a game show that was all about asking couples how well they knew each other. Now, it was pretty lighthearted, but this is extremely important if we're looking at going into retirement together. You got to get on the same page. First step is creating a shared vision. Do we know what each other wants and what our real goals are for retirement? When do we want to retire and why? Is it we're just tired of work? Is it we want to go do things together? Have we really had these conversations? It's important to do so. Consider the financial advantages of staggered versus simultaneous retirement. Are you financially prepared to retire together? If so, it could be a great thing. You have time to go do things together. Talk about where we want to live, our lifestyle expectations, and what kind of travel and goals we have for retirement. Make sure you're on the same page for that. It's important to have that communication going into it. Prepare for emotional dynamics if we're retiring at different times. Sometimes a little jealousy can creep in if one's retiring without the other. But in today's video, we're looking at what happens if we do retire together. Well, that can create another situation. Are you prepared for that much more time together? What does it look like? What does personal space look like? Are we going to have activities that we do individually as well as together? All great things, but all things that should be talked about prior to taking that step. We also want to make sure we're aligning our financial values and our priorities. Have we discussed any budgeting changes prior to or post-retirement? Do we need to rein in on some things? Or are we free to go spend a whole lot more? Have we prioritized? Have we discussed what our travel budget looks like? What we're going to spend on hobbies? How we're going to support our family if we have adult children who need financial help still? What are our limitations? What are we going to spend? Understand how each person is emotionally tied to money as well. Are you a couple where one's a spender and one's a saver? Sometimes taking a step into retirement really needs to have a conversation around our emotions and our relationship with money to know that we're on the same page going forward. You see, if you're the saver and all of a sudden we're doing nothing but spending money, it can get a little uncomfortable. At the same time, if you're the spender and all of a sudden we retire and the saver's not letting you spend, you can feel a little agitated as well. Let's have these conversations and plan things out before we go into that scenario. Communication is one of those keys that really helps avoid conflict in retirement. This is going to be a time that you have worked so hard for and you deserve it. Let's go into it with the best plan to move forward. We also want to make sure we're coordinating our Social Security benefits and our retirement accounts. We need to decide when are each of us going to file for Social Security. That's something we can help you dial in and figure out what works best for your plan. We need to optimize your retirement account contributions before retiring. We need to consider if one plan offers a better match or better investment options. These are things to consider couple of years prior to retirement for sure. And then we need to work together to make sure we're building a tax efficient withdrawal strategy. Just having a bunch of buckets to take money out of doesn't mean that retirement's going to be a success. Dialing in the tax efficiency can have a tremendous effect. Sometimes it's just a small adjustment that can have a huge impact on the success of your overall financial plan. We do need to address risk and planning for the unexpected. Have we reviewed our debts if we still have any? Should we pay our house off before we decide to retire together? Things like investment risk also need to be brought into the equation. Do we want to dial back the level of risk that we're taking? Do we have any financial obligations that we need to prepare for? Do we have weak spots that could affect the success or the security of our retirement? Have we prepared for healthcare if we're going to retire early, or long-term care, or legacy decisions? These are all things that have a tremendous effect on the retirement as a whole. Sometimes having professional guidance can help you navigate these unknowns. As part of the Confident Retirement Journey, our team of advisors helps walk people through these decisions every single day so you don't have to go at it alone. Let's make sure that we get on the same page in having an income plan, making sure our investment plan is aligned with our goals, that we're using a very tax-efficient plan to withdraw money and leave a legacy, that we've addressed our healthcare and estate planning needs as well. If you need help walking through this scenario to make sure you have confidence in retirement, we'd be happy to help. Thank you.